Have you ever felt like you were on the verge of giving up? Life can be tough, and sometimes we all need a reminder to keep going. That's why the story of Ruth is so inspiring. It's a story about hope, resilience, and most importantly, unwavering faith in God. You see, Ruth was a foreigner, a widow with no future, but her heart was set. When Naomi, a woman from Bethlehem who was also Ruth's mother-in-law, told Ruth, "Your God will be my God," Ruth didn't hesitate. She left behind everything familiar, her friends, her family, her home country, all for a God she barely knew. Can you imagine how difficult that must have been for her? Yet she trusted in Naomi's God, Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And this act of faith would change her life forever. So what can we learn from Ruth's story? Let's dive deeper. Ruth's journey is one of the most remarkable stories of faith in the Old Testament. Her unwavering commitment to God, even in the face of great adversity, is truly inspiring. But what makes her story so powerful is that she wasn't a perfect character. In fact, when we first meet her, she's a Moabite woman, a foreigner who doesn't know Yahweh very well. But despite her doubts and fears, she made a decision to trust in God and follow Naomi back to Bethlehem. This decision would lead her to become an integral part of the lineage of King David and ultimately Jesus Christ. But let's take a closer look at what sets Ruth apart for us. First, she had a deep sense of loyalty and commitment. Ruth's loyalty to Naomi is evident throughout the story. When Naomi decides to return to Bethlehem, Ruth says, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." These words show that Ruth was willing to leave everything behind, including her own family and culture, for the sake of her friendship with Naomi. But it's not just friendship that drives Ruth. She also has a deep sense of commitment to Yahweh, the God of Israel. Despite not knowing him very well, she proclaims, "Your God will be my God." This shows that Ruth had a willingness to learn and grow in her faith, which is something we can all strive for. Another quality that sets Ruth apart is her humility and hard work. When Ruth arrives in Bethlehem, she's a foreigner without any means of support. But instead of complaining or giving up, she humbly goes out into the fields to glean grain. She works hard and diligently, and her efforts don't go unnoticed. Boaz, a wealthy landowner, notices her hard work and kindness, and he becomes enamored with her. Finally, Ruth's faith is a shining example for us to follow. Despite facing many challenges and uncertainties, Ruth never wavers in her belief in Yahweh. She trusts in God's plan for her life, even when things seem bleak. And in the end, her faith is rewarded. She finds acceptance in the community of Bethlehem. She gains the love of Boaz, and she becomes part of the lineage of Jesus Christ. The story of Ruth teaches us that no matter where we come from or what our circumstances may be, we can have hope in God's plan for our lives. Just like Ruth, we may face many challenges, but if we remain faithful and trust in God, He will lead us on a path we could never imagine. As we come to the end of this reflection, let us remember Ruth's words, "Your God will be my God." May these words inspire us to put our trust in God and to have unwavering faith in His promises. No matter what challenges we may face, let us take inspiration from Ruth's story and remain steadfast in our commitment to God. Let us also remember to be kind and compassionate to those who are different from us. For God sees our hearts, and He rewards those who seek Him with all their hearts. If you found this video helpful, please do not hesitate to share it with others and leave a comment below with your thoughts or any insights you've gained from the story of Ruth. We'd love to hear from you. Also, if you haven't already, we invite you to subscribe and join our growing community of believers who are learning and growing together in their faith. Thank you for watching. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Until next time.